Hey, this is Ulash. Welcome. Today I'm going to talk about why start now. I want to share so far what's going on in the journey. Well, in the beginning, I didn't have much of confidence, much of understanding in the camera and how I appear in the videos, but now I have a better understanding as a concept. And now, as the days pass, I'm learning and contributing more and sharing, recording this moment so I can share with you and hope you also benefit as well. In the meantime, what I discovered is the structure is not as I want it to be. So what do I mean by that? For example, when I'm sharing with you about my ideas, I understood that although I share, most of the important parts are just doesn't go. So I want to share today with you, as the technology advances, we are developing further and we cannot catch up with the development. We cannot. AI is booming and everything's developing, so we have a chance of growing. So look, I want to develop myself in leadership, communications. I want to develop myself in marketing and business. If any of those areas relate with you, hit me up, contact with me, comment below, or directly contact with me, and we can build relationship in these fields together. So let's return back to the question, why start now? Now I want to share with you a story it's actually a very basic chemistry illustration. Now, as you know, so imagine a water drop, H2O. Imagine water drop as a human being. So if each water drop is separated, there are small, invisible bonds that makes water gravitate to each other, and this is called hydrogen bonds. I want you to think not in a concept of water drops, or it's not something related with science. I want you to understand this metaphorical example. What I'm saying here, imagine water as a human. If you imagine the water as a human, so what happens in this case? Each human being in its nature levitates to other human beings in nature. So this is how we create our society and how we create communities, how we create businesses, how we create life, how we create towns, how we create, perhaps in near future, how we create planets. In this regard, I want to share with you this. So if we all are water drops in this big universe, so what does it mean? When we levitate to each other, let me do it with other hand, then, we come together and create a small pond of water. So, but let's say these water drops are continuing to contribute to each other, and they find each other constantly, because life is a flow. It's not something static. Life is itself is flow. As I record this video, thousands, millions, billions of people are moving, doing something, or even if they're not moving, if they're sleeping, their minds are moving and creating the reality in the world. So even as the world is turning around itself, it's also turning around our solar system. So we are in a big constant flow in this universe. So if we imagine this whole box as a universe, well, by communicating with each other, we shape from individual water drops, from individual persons, we shape ponds, we shape people, we shape communities, we shape society, we shape networks in fields. For example, this pond could be something related with marketing. There would be another pond related with leadership, another pond that is related with bodybuilders. Or it could be a network of, pond of, community of, like network of, pond of, community of engineers. Then these ponds grow and grow and grow, and they shape lakes. Now, as a water drop, we were just a single water drop, just floating or living, staying or evaporating in the time instance. Then what happened? We forged into new connections that we already inherit in each of us, unique bonds that is created in water, eventually forming lakes, then we form seas, then we form oceans, and all the oceans and all the water in the world. So I want to point out this. So okay, like if we are water drops, like dude, what is the connection with the question that I said, why start now? Because our life is advancing, and every day we are going forward and learning from life. While we live in the instance of life, what we are doing is actually growing in the life. So what we are doing is living in the instance and following our passion, our purpose, everything that we want to get in life. This is what I want, and this is why I'm sharing. I hope I will be contributing to you to get what you want in life. Imagine this timeline for tools as a human that we use in the nature. If in the beginning, as a hunter-gatherer, when we were walking in the fields, in the savannah, anywhere in the world, and let's say we find sharp stones, let's call them stones. So we find those stones, okay? So we shape these stones into things. Let's say it was a stone. Then we, by using our given intelligence, we turn the stone into something sharp. Then we use the stone to turn into other things, because then as a human we discover there are tougher, more resilient, stronger stones. Then in the development of civilization we discover ores, metals, and then we learn how to shape these ores into knives. Let's illustrate clearer. Ores into knives, axes, blades, guns. Later, we discovered even improved methods how to shape the metal that we get from the earth itself to shape into guns, or to turn into hammer, to turn into screwdriver, to turn into tools that we use in construction to build homes or defend our homes. What is your point then? Where are you coming? Let me get into point. Just give me a minute. I'm coming there. Please continue. Now, these stones, these ores that we find in the ground, then we turn them into knives, guns, hammers, axes, many other tools that we use in our daily time, in our daily life. As the age continues and developments go in an even faster pace, then we discover we're not going to race with AI. So what we do in this case? In this case, I want to show you this. imagine AI in this age now, that what we're seeing AI, and that we are surprised and, using data sets, deciding on variables, making exploratory analysis, and learning about the concepts that AI can go into. Now we understand they're enormous. But I want to say this, we are just scratching the surface in this development. Because if you ask cavemen, when they found stones and metal and ores and they could make knives, they're already excited and their minds are blowing up. Like, wait, I have this tool, I can do anything I want. But the imagination is still limited, because you do not see this advancement as you grow in the life in the bigger scale, because as a human, we tend to underestimate our dreams and expectations, that we try to keep the dreams limited with reality. We do not even try to go beyond the reality. So if you do not test the limit, how can you know what is the limit? This is why I'm starting now. Everything's advancing. AI is developing. Now we see that using data, then turning into, in the following ages, my projection, we will use AI just like we use guns and knives and hammers, like an extension on our hands when we're making structures and shaping houses. We will use the AI in the same manner. We will be not just shaping outside lives, but also shaping our minds, our ideas. And just as attachments, like having an extra pair of eyes and legs, then we will develop into bigger tools. And those tools, in my opinion, in my personal understanding of knowledge, these tools are going to shape into systems, just like in the example I gave you before. But at the same time, when we use these tools, we are also learning about new things. Not just we are learning, but our body, our genetic information, our levels of radiation that we are exposed to when we use devices, they're also changing and shaping. So as they shape, we are actually going not just like a 1+1 scale, but like even like in a quadratic scale, we're developing and evolving towards tech-oriented evolution. So there is a big question mark where we will go with the developments of AI, because it's only limited with our imagination and understanding of reality as it is. If we return back to why start now, look, I want you to connect water, I want you to connect stones, I want you to connect AI, but AI is just the example I'm giving. I mean, this is by saying this, I'm actually limiting you, but allow me to show you that actually you do not have to limit yourself like as I'm limiting myself here in the example, because I'm giving very broad example in life and very metaphorical idea I'm sharing with you. So I want you to think beyond, like, oh, what can happen? How this is like this? I want you to ask these questions. What? How? Who is going to? What to do? How to do? What to do? Why? Ask these questions in life in general, and you will see answers are coming by themselves in order. So, considering all these things that are coming to in our present, this is why I'm starting now. I don't want to wait technology advance and I will be still in the same place. I don't want to wait like you drop the water on surface and it doesn't flow anywhere, or like a stone sitting but is not shaped. So I want to do this, and I want to shape myself, I want to flow myself, and I want to catch up with the technology that's even beyond in our comparison and understanding in life. Because in life as general, We usually think, but we even think small. I want to share this with you. Imagine if you go to pond of water of community in IT, probably they will be talking latest developments in AI, in blockchain and cybersecurity and gaming, in fintech and so on. But if you go to another water of community, if you go to another community, for example, this could be a community of business, and they will be talking about acquisitions, they will be talking about sales, revenues, they will be talking about profits, mergers, and like the sky is the limit with the concept. And so all these actually, as they shape our world, but at the in itself, these ponds are still limited, because people that's thinking about business are actually missing about philosophy of art. They're missing in the excitements of history, and they're missing the archaeological researches and missing on the latest scientific discoveries. But this is what they're paying attention to. So overall, whatever happens, universe is continuing to flow, life is continuing, Earth is continuing to turn, days are continuing to pass. Whatever you do, whatever I do, it's always not too late for anything that you want to achieve in life. It's never late. So I am starting now with what I have and from where I am, and I know it's a humble beginning. I know it's a very humble beginning. There's nothing that I can hold in my hands and show it to you. But this is the essential idea why I'm starting now, because just as the water drop that goes down from the mountain tries to connect with other water drops and forms rivers, and these rivers forms lakes, seas, and oceans. So in our lives, as a human being, we tend to be with other human beings, and we tend to connect with each other, and we tend to share and enjoy the life with each other. Sometimes the opposite, of course, but depends on your personality and many other details. But what I want to share with you here is this. So we are just as water drops trying to flow past this life, and I want to share this with you because this is now or never, and this is how we will connect. Even though life continues, we are the decision makers to make difference. We are the decision makers to make a change. You are the decision maker. I am the decision maker. We make the change happen. So that's it today. I will see you in the next one. By the way, before you leave, join me in this journey, subscribe, and let's share this journey together.